Our story today is called The Tale of the Sloppy Hero Long, Long Ago. In the bustling city of Willowbrook, people were very good at one thing: judging others by how they looked. It's already interesting, isn't it? If you wore shiny clothes, people thought you were smart and rich. If you wore patched robes, people thought you were lazy or poor. If you had a pretty face, people said you must also have a pretty heart. But if your hair was messy and your shoes didn't match, people crossed the street to avoid you. Now, living in this city was a young man named Aaron, who had the worst luck with appearances. Aaron was tall but very thin. His hair stuck up no matter how he brushed it, and his clothes always looked wrinkled. Even when he tried to look neat, something would go wrong, like spilling soup on his shirt right before meeting someone important. Because of this, people never took him seriously. One day, news spread through Willowbrook. Prince Wright, the ruler's son, was looking for a new advisor. To find the right person, he announced a contest. The prince said, "The one who can solve my riddle and show wisdom will become my advisor." Everyone was excited. This was a chance to live in the palace, eat delicious food, and wear golden robes. Aaron was excited too. Although people thought he looked sloppy, he was actually very clever and loved solving riddles. But when he told his neighbors, they laughed. "Aaron, compete in the contest. Huh? You can't even tie your belt properly. Why don't you let people who look smart try instead?" Still, Aaron decided to go. On the contest day, the grand hall was filled with men and women wearing the most dazzling clothes. One wore a long purple robe embroidered with dragons. Another had a hat so tall it nearly hit the ceiling. When Aaron walked in, people stared. His robe was plain gray, and his sandals squeaked with every step. Who let him in? Someone whispered, "He looks like a servant, not an advisor." Another scoffed. Aaron just smiled Canadianly and found a quiet corner. At last, Prince Wright entered. He stood tall, with eyes that sparkled with curiosity. He raised his hand for silence. "Here is the riddle. I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I?" Gasps filled the hall. It was a strange riddle. One by one, the well-dressed contestants stood and gave their answers. "The answer is gold," said a man in a silk robe. "Gold is powerful. It makes people greedy." "Wrong," the prince said kindly. "It must be time," said another, waving his jeweled fan. "Time changes all things." "Wrong," the prince replied again. "It's obviously wine," said a woman with pearls in her hair. "Nope," the prince said, shaking his head. One by one, the contestants failed. Finally, all eyes turned to Aaron. He probably thinks the answer is soup, since he always spills it. "Don't waste the prince's time," Scruffy won. Some people whispered, but the prince looked directly at Aaron and asked, "You, the one in the gray robe, do you have an answer?" Aaron swallowed nervously, then stood up. He said, "The answer is fire. Fire is always hungry. It must be fed with wood, and if it touches your finger, it will burn you red." The hall went silent. Then Prince Wright smiled widely. "Correct," he said. Everyone gasped. The messy-looking man was right. But the prince wasn't finished. He said, "Wisdom is not just about riddles. We'll give one more test. Whoever can help me with today's problem will prove themselves worthy." The prince clapped his hands, and servants brought in a broken wooden cart. "My favorite wagon cart has snapped in half," the prince explained. "I need someone to fix it quickly so I can ride to the festival this evening. What should I do?" The richly dressed contestants frowned. One said, "Just throw it away and buy a new one, Your Highness." Another said, "Decorate the broken cart. It will still look impressive." Someone else said, "Forget the cart. Ride a horse instead." Prince Wright shook his head. None of the answers pleased him. Then Aaron stepped forward shyly and said, "Your Highness, I used to work with wood when I was young. If you give me tools and some rope, I can repair the cart for you." It won't be perfect, but it will last until the festival." The prince's eyes lit up. "Excellent, do it." Aaron rolled up his sleeves and got to work. While the fancy contestants worried about their shiny shoes, Aaron hammered, tied, and fixed the cart together. Soon, it stood strong again. The prince clapped his hands with joy. He not only solved the riddle, but also used real skill to help. "You shall be my new advisor." The hall erupted with chatter. "What? Can't be him. He is the messy one. He doesn't even look important. This must be a joke." But Prince Right raised his voice. "Listen well, people of Willowbrook. True wisdom and ability are not written on clothes or faces. Many of you look splendid, but gave foolish answers. This man, though plain in appearance, showed both cleverness and practical skill. He is the one I trust." From that day on, Aaron became the prince's advisor. He wore simple robes, but his words carried great weight in the palace. Over time, even those who once mocked him came to respect him deeply. And so, Willowbrook slowly learned an important lesson. Never judge a person only by their looks. The moral of this story, judging a person by their appearance, teaches us that, firstly, a shiny coat doesn't make someone wise. Second, true worth comes from ability, kindness, and wisdom, not from how neat or beautiful someone looks. Last, if we only judge people by appearances, we might miss the real treasures hidden inside them. After all, even the most sloppy-looking hero might turn out to be the smartest advisor in the land. The end.